Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for passing by to click on this channel. I want to say a big thank you. So guys, welcome back. So guys, today we are going to explore on to update first is how the Black American be able to celebrate what is actually going on Sahel region. Dr. Umar have to host Black Americans. So guys, and the secondly, we are going to explore how African Union visit Sahel region for the first time, what they really says, and also the foreign investor from the Austria, Germany, and Qatar that visited Burkina Faso. So guys, we are going to exploit on this. So guys, please be patient to stay with me. I believe you will enjoy it. Let's go. So guys, it was actually an excited moment for the Black American to celebrate what is actually going on Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, for them to appreciate. That means the entire world are watching, and this was from New York. So guys, let's take a look what Dr. Omar have to say, what is going on in a Sahel region. Let's take a look. Then when we come back, we will exploit others. Take a look.
You know, Harlem, New York City gave birth to Dr. Umar on October the 30th of 2010 at the National Black Theater. I did my first lecture there in New York City, and in 48 hours, I was a household name. So thank you, New York City. We are here today on serious business, the business of supporting, of defending, and of standing with our brothers of the Sahel Alliance. We stand with Captain IBRAHIM TRAORE. We stand with General Goita. We stand with General Chiani. We stand with all independent African countries. 2 weeks ago, I was at the Oxford Union. I received an invitation to debate the father of Elon Musk, Elon Musk. And the topic of the debate was, does Africa still need her colonizers? That was the question. And I find it interesting that people believe Africa cannot govern herself when Africa was governing herself when Europeans were still crawling around inside the caves. So if we could govern ourselves before the white man came to Africa, why can't we govern ourselves after the white man left Africa? The truth of the matter, it's not that Africa needs Europe. Africa doesn't need France. Africa doesn't need the United States. Africa doesn't need Belgium. Africa doesn't need England. Africa needs the freedom to implement an African program. It is outside interference. It is outside interference. Yes. It is outside interference that keeps Africa from being the great and mighty continent it is. If the Sahel Alliance was allowed to do what was best for African people, it would be done already. If Ghana, if Nigeria, if Eritrea, if Botswana, if Lesotho, if Togo and Benin, if Angola and Namibia, if the African states were allowed to carry out their own agenda, we won't have a problem of 340 million Africans starving. We won't have a problem of food insecurity. Help me understand how Africans can be starving in Africa when Africa has enough agricultural land to feed the entire world, brothers and sisters. Africa can feed the entire world. So if Africa can feed the entire world, why do we have starvation on the African continent? I'll tell you why. Here in the United States, we have two parasite organizations. And when you go home tonight, Dr. Umar is giving you a homework assignment. I want you to look up the World Bank. And I want you to look up the International Monetary Fund, the IMF and the WB. Both of these institutions are headquartered in Washington, D.C. These institutions, their job is to go into Africa and sell false promises with high interest loans, and they bankrupt and sabotage the economies of independent African countries. And the weapon, as Thomas Sankara, that great son of Africa, said, the weapon, as Thomas Sankara said in 1987, the weapon is debt. They use debt as a rope they put around the necks of African heads of state to force them to do what America wants them to do, to force them to do what Britain and France and Holland wants them to do. The reason Africa must stop accepting loans from white parasite countries. The reason I'm so proud of Captain Ibrahim Traore and his decision to stop taking loans and handouts from the West is these loans come with 3 requirements, brothers and sisters. I need you to understand this, because when you say why Africa been free for 60 and 70 years and still backwards, you need to know why.
Wow, guys, this is from New York. So, guys, you see the entire globe, the entire world are really watching what is going on in Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. And they are seeing the amazing transformation and revolutions that is going on this region. So it's not just within Africa, it's the entire globe of the world. So guys, I don't know what you will say. Do wait to also drop your opinion that these 3 Sahel region are really doing amazing work that is being appreciated everywhere in the world. So guys, despite the stress, the heat, the threats, the pressure on these 3 countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, especially Captain Abraham Traore, you could see the rapid development that is going on very fast. Captain Abraham Traore, just 2 years plus in the office. Go to Burkina Faso. Take a look how Burkina Faso was before, like a forgotten nation. Look, there was a country that has everything it takes, uranium, gold. But go to Burkina Faso, guys, you will not like to be there, but go now. It is where the investor is rushing. Okay, guys, let's quickly rush. So guys, on 16th of June and 17th of June, 2 group of individuals visited Burkina Faso. One was the investors and the other one was African Union. African Union was on 17 June. Then the investor was 16 June. But let's dive into the African Union. It's very interesting. Guy, you know why? Okay, let's go. On 17 June, Captain Abraham Traore meet with African Union Special Envoy Anthony Tete. Anthony Tete is a special envoy from Angola president, and his name is Joe. It is the chairman of African Union, AU. Why are they in Burkina Faso? So guys, this is what we should ask for all this time. This guy, this guy, how they were battling with Captain Abraham Traore. Let's go to Burkina Faso to remove him. But this time, why this time? Okay, let me go through. Anthony Tete explained that the purpose of their visit is to listen and to understand the situation in Sahel region and Burkina Faso, the entire Sahel region. All right, guys, let's us pause and actually ask Anthony Tete that all this why that he did not understand what the Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, what they are going through, what they are facing, because what is trying to say that he's coming to understand the situation in Burkina Faso and the entire Sahel region. Okay, let me continue what he says. Anthony Tete stated, we came to hear from President Captain Abraham Traore about the challenges in Burkina Faso and the Sahel region. And he continued to say, our goal is to find African-led solution to African problem that affect the entire continent of Africa. So this was the statement he made. So guys, you heard it right. I think this was an interesting speech by African Union. So African Union has humbled themselves for the first time since Burkina Faso, this Sahel started their revolution now leading for transformation, calling Africa to unite. I think this is the first time that African Union has humbled himself to visit Burkina Faso if their visit was for what they are saying, because we, now we don't trust these guys, because of their masters. So guys, so this is what they say. So it has come to our notice that yes, that them has begun to see evidence, because they were waiting, listening to see how these people is going to cope. So guys, Captain Abraham Torre make a statement. So the statement he make has actually come to pass. This is what he said. He said, let us focus when the result is out. Those who will change will come into our fold. You can hear what Captain Abraham Torre says, that let us focus. When the result is out, those who will change will come into the fold. And truly, they are gradually coming into the fold. So this was what the speech that Abraham Torre make. So African Union is speaking the language of unity. I think this is what the language they speak. They're speaking the language of unity. Guys, I don't know whether it's a pretend, but I don't know. But what they were saying means that African should unite. So guys, the African Union continue to say it was important to get the first hand information from Burkina Faso leadership, Captain Abraham Traore. Anthony Tete says, after he has speaking to Captain Abraham Traore, he feel better informed and encouraged by the conversation between him and Abraham Traore. Both of them also discuss ways to strengthen African unity. So guys, this is what Anthony Tete was saying, that after everything, he was so encouraged that he hear from Captain Abraham Torre himself. And they continued, their conversation was to how to strengthen African unity. I think this is amazing. If what they are saying, what Anthony Tete is saying is not pretense, is real. Because, ECOWAS people know how to say something and thereafter they will not carry it out. But when we talk about the Sahel region, those people work with action. You guys can see. So, guys, the question I should ask, is it real or something else is behind? So, guys, when you remember when Captain Abraham Traore, these three Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger take over, how they were the African Union, ECOWAS, they were, saying they will go to take Captain Abraham Traore down. But guys, I want to tell you something that just happened when they visited United States, when the African Union visited United States, they were sacked. I don't know what you say. They were sacked by their master. They were disrespected. I mean, I know you guys have come across. So now, when they were disrespected by the United States, now they could see why they should unite. I think this is the reason why AU, African Union, have to visit Burkina Faso to be able to talk things out, because this United States disrespect them, humiliate them, and sack them. So they see the need to unite. So guys, I think this is why. I don't know what you think. I just want you to also to drop your own opinion. Did you think this is why they visited Burkina Faso, to be able to reunite, to talk things out, because they are seeing the reality what these three states are preaching: African unity. Your brother is your brother no matter what. So guys, let us jump in briefly on what happened on 16th of June, that two delegates visited all Burkina Faso. the one was from Germany and Austria, and the last one was from Qatar. This was investor, and it was welcomed by the ambassador to Germany. His name was TRAORE. Welcomed these people, and what was their main visit to Burkina Faso is to see how they could invest in business in Burkina Faso. So this was their major purpose. So guys, I don't want to explain, elaborate more. You know, when the investor come, they want to invest, that Burkina Faso is a safer place now. You guys should remember, this was Burkina Faso that they attacked the epitome of terrorists. And you know, this was just propaganda to be able to destroy the image of that country. But as I'm talking to you, day after day, investors are tripping in. So, guys, the question I should ask, because this is the area I'm going, if Burkina Faso was an epitome of terrorism, why is it that all these investors all around the world, these are not African investors, these are international investors? Why are they coming to invest if Burkina Faso were not safe? So you should know that whatever you hear, what other propaganda that they are saying concerning Burkina Faso is not real. Because if it were real, all these people that is visiting Burkina Faso, the African Union, the Austria investor, Germany, Qatar, and the rest, they would have not visited Burkina Faso. So guys, whenever you heard some propaganda concerning Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, know that is not real. Find out by yourself. As I'm talking to you, Burkina Faso has captured all their territory from terrorists, all their gold mine, and they are the one being in charge now. So Burkina Faso is the right place as I'm talking to you to do business. So guys, please, what did you think? So what did you think? Did you think this is the beginning of the new Africa? So do well to drop your comment. You heard what Dr. Umar says concerning this three region and Africa at large. Did you think this is the beginning of reformation, of revolution, of new Africa? If it is, do well to drop your comment. Encourage me, brother, sisters, to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.